Namaste, one and all. Today I am going to discuss conceptual change model. So, what is a concept? The concept about a concept. So, that's very significant. A concept is. Is it a word? Is it a statement? So, usually the concept about a concept is itself is a bit confusing. So, people generally believe the term represents a concept. Of course, the terms we are using in daily life used to represent different concepts. But a concept in its real form, it shall be a statement, a descriptive statement expressing the major attributes or elements inherent in it. So we can say a concept as an elaborate statement. And regarding the nature of a concept, the concept is constructive. It is formed as a result of construction by people. And the concept is cumulative also. That's another peculiarity of concept or its difference from facts. The concepts are cumulative, added upon by getting more and more or newer experiences or revisiting the similar experiences. Repeating something, we will have new perceptions, and hence concept can be cumulative in nature, and all these is based on experience. So what kind of experience a learner is having, that decides the nature and level of concept and how the learner develops and what type of concept, or whether the concept is partial or complete or to a higher level or limited to a lower level. All these things are determined by the nature of experience obtained to or provided to a learner. So concept is an elaborate or descriptive statement which is constructive and cumulative in nature. So the conceptualization, the process of forming concepts, that is conceptualization, and the basic level is concept formation. We are forming certain concepts, and when we are talking about or when we are dealing about children, learners, we will say there are misconceptions. And some theorists argued that those are not misconceptions, but they are the actual set or stage of conception in children. It's a part of their conceptual system. So it can be considered as stepping stone of conceptualization. Because we need to form some concepts on everything in and around our exposure. So we have to familiarize things, familiarize those unfamiliar things, especially in the case of young children. For them, uh, most of the things are unfamiliar. So they are trying to familiarize those unfamiliar things. So that's the first step of conceptualization. The children are trying to conceptualize or familiarize those unfamiliar things, and on the basis of that they form some beliefs. So that's the basic level of conceptualization, concept formation. And there is a higher level, that is concept attainment. The learning to modify and restate the constructions. So we have already a set of beliefs about everything, and when we reaches up to a stage where we can modify or restate our existing beliefs or existing construction. So that higher level of conceptualization, that is concept attainment. So these are the two levels. The basic level for all learners, they have a basic level of concept formation or basic beliefs. So here comes the rationale for conceptual change. So the first aspect, support the conceptual change process, is learner might have misconceptions. So it's natural because as we already see, the learner is required to familiarize everything on exposure. So to make some beliefs. So naturally that beliefs may be partial or incorrect. So that's why we say it as learners might have misconceptions. The conceptions may be defective. So the duty of educators is to enable them to reconstruct those beliefs or those concepts what they already formed. If it is incorrect or if it is partial, the duty of educators to make it complete, comprehensive, as well as to correct. And these misconceptions leads to conceptual errors, to mistakes. So that is the direction of movement. Then misconception to conceptual errors, mistakes. So those partial understanding or wrong understanding lead to uh, committing mistakes. So that's another reason for uh, implementing this conceptual change. So the misconceptions in learners, the existing beliefs in learners may be partial or incorrect. So we have to, as teachers, we have to modify it or enable them to correct it and reach up to concept attainment. So a model is proposed, a conceptual change model, and it is proposed that there are mental frameworks for each concept. So that beliefs, we form beliefs on the basis of our mental constructs or mental frameworks for each concept on every aspect, everything in and around the world. We have an existing framework, and that framework may be, as we said, incomplete or defective or wrong. So we have to modify it. So in order to modify that existing framework, conceptual framework, this model, conceptual change model, is proposed. So different actions, activities, or processes involved in this model include attending the misconceptions in learners. So that's one process. Identifying and attending properly or addressing the misconceptions systematically. That's a major process. Then providing opportunity for them to express their beliefs. That's another important aspect. There shall be an opportunity for learners to express what they already know, as we are eliciting the previous knowledge of learners at the beginning of the class. Not only it required at the beginning of the class, but by the entire class we need to expose their previous beliefs. So what they already know. Only on the basis of which we can modify or develop something new. So such opportunities are essential. Then enable them in changing concepts. So they need to modify their framework. So it's the teachers. We need to help them, enable them by providing opportunities, experiences, new experiences. Then only they can understand what is the difference between their beliefs and the new reality. Then providing opportunities for learners to apply the new knowledge, the new belief. Then only they can understand the weaknesses of their beliefs and the strength of the new knowledge. So these are some processes in undergoing in this conceptual change model. The model by Stephans in 2003, and this model has 6 different steps. You can see: commit to a position or outcome, express beliefs, confronting beliefs, accommodate the concept, expand the concept, and go beyond. So there are 6 steps in the model proposed by Stephans. So what actually these steps mean? The first step, felt need of a change. The learner have to felt the need of a change because they have to expose to such a situation where they feel that my belief has some limitation, some shortcomings. So that felt need, and there shall be an opportunity to expression, self-expression, expressing the existing beliefs, what they already know. Then provision of new experiences to challenge the existing beliefs. So the opportunities or experiences or illustrations provided shall be appropriate to enable them to differentiate between their previous belief and the uh, new information or the new reality, what is fully correct. So they have to challenge their belief, challenge their existing framework, conceptual framework, on the basis of the new experience. So it's our duty to provide appropriate experience to learners. Then the new understanding, on the basis of these experiences they will have new understanding on comparison with their existing belief and the new proposal. Then trying out the new understanding, to applying, trying to apply this uh, newly formed concept in some new situations, and by applying it, only while applying we can identify the strength and limitations or the problems or issues. Only on application or on theory everything will be fine, but only when we are trying to apply something we will feel some difficulty or some issues. So in similar way, learners should provide opportunity to trying out the new understanding, and this tryout will enable them to generate new questions or new challenges. That shows that there is a change in their concept. There is a change in the mental framework. So this is a very essential model because every learner should have misconception. So it's the duty of a teacher to enable them to change their conceptual level and to enable them to reach up to that concept attainment stage, because only on that stage they have the capacity, they will develop that capacity to modify their understanding. So that's all about conceptual change model. Thanks for watching.